Let's prove the congruent complements theorem. In this theorem, we're given that angles 1 and 2 are complements, that angles 3 and 4 are complements, and also that angles 2 and 4 are congruent. We know all this information because it's given to us in the problem on the left-hand side of the screen, and we're asked here to prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So after assembling that given information into my interactive proof, I'm going to use the definition of complementary angles. And I know that the measures of complementary angles must sum to 90 degrees by definition. So I can say the measure of angle 1 and 2 sums to 90 degrees, and also the measures of angles 3 and 4. After that, what I can do is notice that in steps 4 and 5 of my proof, I have the left-hand sides both equal to the right-hand side, which is 90 degrees, the same right-hand side. And that tells me that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4, and that's by substituting that in for 90 degrees. After this, what I can do is use the definition of congruence along with step 3 to say that the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 4. And I know that because those angles are, in fact, congruent, because that's given to us in the problem. Next, what I can do is substitute in the measure of angle 2 for the measure of angle 4 by using step 7 along with the substitution property. Now when I take a look at step 8, I notice that I've got an equation, and I can use the subtraction property to eliminate the measure of angle 2 from both sides. When I do that, what I'm going to end up with is that the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, and that's by the subtraction property. And then finally, what I want to say is that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. That's what we're trying to prove. Now I'm going to show you what to do if you accidentally drag the wrong type of reason or statement down. The first thing you'll notice is that you get a notice that the statement or reason is incorrect. To get rid of it, you click it and drag it back up to the area where it came from. Then you'll be fine to drag down the correct reason. In this case, we used the definition of congruent angles to finish proving our congruent complements theorem. So why don't you give it a try?